I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax.
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Last week we talked about House of Next Tuesday, and today we're taking a look at A Friend in Your Face.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
Pretty good title card. Not quite as good as the last one, but I still like the visual here and the colors look nice. The music is really hype and fitting for the card. Ain't that Fred Flintstone's house? Ren is trying to sleep, but he's waking up by Stimpy talking to the fridge, so he goes to talk to him.
Delicious! There you go! Hope you like it, buddy!
I'm afraid to ask, but...
Ren, of course, is confused as to why Stimpy is shoving food into his ear and asks Stimpy what he's doing. And Stimpy says he's pushing food into his head for his friend.
Since my sabbatical in the Amazon, my head's been inhabited by a friendly parasite named Choo Choo Nong Nong Head.
Ren takes a look and yeah, bro is chilling in there eating a banana. I like the background of Stimpy's ear as it reminds me of his navel button in Jerry the Belly Button Elf.
Oh well, this has all been quite entertaining. I don't think I've ever dreamed about head parasites before.
Ren thinks he's dreaming and starts flying away, before we see why Stimpy cannot under any circumstances be in front of a blue background. They both go to sleep when the phone rings from Uni.
How do? Well, here I am, your long-lost cousin, Noonie Bratweiler.
Okay, so now there's two of them. He goes inside Stimpy's head, no, Stimpy's ear, yeah. And when Muni tells him he can't stay, he gets pressed by Nuni, and then he folds and tells Nuni that he can stay in the apartment next door.
Well, this place is perfect. I done found myself a home.
Ren wakes up to loud music playing from inside his head, which must be a terrible feeling. Ren tells Stimpy to tell them to turn the music down, and Stimpy does this.
Hey! Pipe down in there, will ya?
We see the gruesome aftermath, but at least he's sleeping now. We cut to the morning where Stimpy is serving breakfast.
Oh, whew, what a night. Lots of weird dreams and voices.
I recognize that track. Now, to be honest, it's fine in scenes like this, and it wouldn't make sense for them to have the licensing for the track and then just never use it, so I get it, but I still think it worked the best in Space Madness.
Eggs Benedict, crepe Suzette, link sausage, toast, and cafe au lait.
Boy!
Another rare occasion here where the food in the show isn't looking too bad. Ren gets ready to dig in, but then sees Stimpy just starting to smash everything into his ear and snaps.
What are you, some kind of nutcase? This is the last straw! I ain't fed up with you! I've had enough of you!
Nunu wakes up and starts talking about how he can't sleep with all this sound, and I can kind of already tell that he is gonna do something that really annoys me.
Let's wrestle.
Oh, big! I say, come on, move!
He takes off his clothes to wrestle for some reason, and it makes Ren's head kind of fly all around the place as they move around. Ren gets smacked to the ground and breaks off multiple teeth.
You're acting kinda strangely.
That was a nice shot of Ren sleeping. Now we see Muni going from Stimpy to Ren to visit Nuni, to basically give him Stimpy's knots and other gross stuff from his head.
I'm planning a fine crop come spring, so I started making me a nice compost heap.
He is growing ticks and other, whatever you call them, pests on Ren's head. And even if I somewhat like the idea of being a farmer growing small pests, it's still too gross.
Ren! Is that steer manure cologne you're...
Ren is breaking down, naturally. I just feel bad for him here. It's Stimpy's dumbass that started the whole friend in your face thing, but it's Ren that has to suffer all the consequences.
I don't understand what's happening to me.
We see Ren's head being swollen up as Stimpy asks him questions, finally having figured out that he also has a friend in his face. He sits him down and says he's having a head parasite, which is funny because he says it in the way that he's having a baby, but it's actually just a parasite.
I don't want a head parasite! Please, Ren, please! Not in your condition!
Honestly, he deserves that slap and another one. Ren starts looking for the elf with the magnifying glass, which I totally didn't Google the name of, and then he starts beating himself.
I've had lots of parasitic experience.
Stimpy puts on party clothes and goes inside. He is just really unlikable here. Ren is about to eat, but then Nuni dumps his trash right on his spoon, which prompts Ren to go get a vacuum cleaner.
Aha! Live in my face, Will.
It's his brain. Very obvious joke, and he of course starts beating his own brain, not realizing what it is. And then he puts it back.
Ah! A black sea lamprey! He'll suck that freeloader out!
He gets a giant leech and shoves it into his head, which I first thought would result in one of the grossest scenes of the show. But no, Nuni just eats it. How does that even make sense? Did he kill it or what? It looked pretty dangerous. His ears just grew back right after he dragged them off. Ren laughs crazily and then throws dynamite into his head, which explodes.
Well, I hear thunder, but there ain't a cloud in the sky.
I really hate Nuni. Muni is alright, he didn't do too much, but this guy, he's even more unlikable than Stimpy this episode.
This'll do her.
Ren starts running around on fire, and then the fire chief pulls up to stick a water hose in Ren's ear. Finally, is this what we've all been waiting for?
Yeah! This place is unfit for habitation.
The fire chief says Ren's head is due for demolition since it's unfit for habitation. And of course this little witch jumps out to talk about how much of a dump the place is. Can someone just step on him, please?
But I don't want to have my head torn down. Well, Ren, then there's only one solution.
Now they're gonna have Ren's head renovated, which means this guy walks up to use his power tool on Ren's head. Then we cut to the grand opening of Ren's renovated head.
I christen thee!
Finally, it's over. Yo, I don't know what to say, this is one of the worst episodes yet. Somehow Ren, who is pretty much always a bad person, here is tortured for doing basically nothing. Like what, he got mad at Stimpy for feeding all their food to a parasite in his head? When I'm like 99% sure it's Ren who pays for the food since Stimpy almost never has a job in this show. Stimpy in this episode just pissed me off. His cluelessness is really funny in some episodes, but here it was just infuriating. He was super unlikable, and even worse was the parasite in Ren's head, Nuni. They probably felt like he was gonna be funny or something, and that might have salvaged some of the episode, but nothing in this episode was funny, and he especially made me mad. And he also didn't get any kind of comeuppance, like what, he had to leave the house after him being the reason that... yeah, I don't know, man. The worst part, I think, is that the plot is at least somewhat interesting. The whole friend in your face society thing with the grand opening at the end, where this is some kind of industry, could have been cool to explore, but it's just such an annoying plot that I don't care about any of that, and I just wanted the episode to end. Fun fact, I don't even have fun facts. I always take them from the wiki, and this is the first episode of the whole show that doesn't have a description, except a brief synopsis, and that gives me nothing. That's really saying something. One of y'all are gonna have to make the fun fact in the comments, cause I got nothing. All in all, not a good episode. Join me next week where we're taking a look at blazing and trails.
Goodbye, folks.